A very warm welcome to the tradingmentors.com. This is Chris here. Hope you're well. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And this is the weekly Forex forecast for the 16th to the 20th of January. We're covering quite a bit today, so sit down, have a coffee and put your feet up and enjoy the next 15 minutes or so. So we're going to look at the chart settings using the Advanced Pro charts. We're going to look at the DXY. US dollar currency index, which tells us whether we've got risk on or risk off, strong dollar, weak dollar. Swing trades are a really important thing to understand, so I'm going to go over that in terms of setups, in terms of tools, because if you're not getting these now, then you really should have your chart set up as mine are if you've got the Advanced Pro charts. We're going to cover the indices. We're now for the stocks. Commodities, gold, silver and oil, of course. And my favourite of all is double tops, double bottoms, and the best tools to use and the best setups for that. Then I'm going to do full Forex analysis and coaching. And at the end of the video, I'll be giving you my favourite trades for next week with targets, of course. Now, if you are not a member of the TTM, I do a daily video analysis of all markets every day during the New York session, and I'm happy to give you that for free for 14 days as a trial. And if you don't like it, then hell, you've not wasted any money. If you love it, then you'd be more than welcome to come on in. So let's go on to the markets now, but please subscribe to the YouTube channel if you've not done so already. So straight into the markets. This is the DXY. For those who are joining me for the first time in YouTube, you are more than welcome, and I hope you're going to enjoy the next few minutes. And I hope that you want to see this type of analysis every day, because it's interesting, it's fascinating, there's a lot to learn. And if you're just starting out on your trading career, I have been trading for 30 years and I'm happy to give you the support that you need. So this is the DXY, the US dollar currency index, which gives us a flavour of what's happening with the dollar. So we don't trade this, but nonetheless it gives us the information that we need to actually say whether the dollar is weak or whether dollar is strong. And as we can see, for the last few weeks, the dollar has been weak. Now, in terms of next week, we are expecting a bounce. I expect it to fall down to about 101.90, 101.80, which is the support area. The green zones, if you don't know, are the buy zones, and the red zones are the sell zones. So once the price has sorted itself out, and this piece of software actually tells us in advance where the price is going. Okay, it doesn't work on its own. It has to be in conjunction with other tools, but nonetheless, once it's confirmed, that is your trade. So for the next few days, the price is probably going to go down to 101.80, as I said, and then it's going to find some sort of support here and then move back up to 104.80 for this week. The yen futures are quite useful. I would have the yen futures on your list if you have a similar list to me. This is my watch list, and I mark everything in terms of colour. So the mauve highlights are double tops, double bottoms, and the light blue colours are trends, and the red is when we're short something, and it goes blue once we actually go long something. So that's hopefully helpful. Just gives me a heads up as to I can go straight to the chart each day and see what's going on, see if it's ready to trade. So here we have the yen futures. This has been going long for a couple of weeks over the Christmas period, but now there's a problem. As you can see, it's now hit a sell zone. When I say a sell zone, it doesn't mean it's immediately ready to sell. However, it's definitely not ready to buy. As you can see, this is like hitting a ceiling or a brick wall, and so the price as projected is going to go down. Now, how this relates to the yens, all the yens tend to do the same thing, so we just cherry pick the ones that suit us best. If you want to trade them all, up to you, it's your money at risk, but I would just cherry pick a couple of them because otherwise your account can become vulnerable if the yen suddenly starts to make another move somewhere else. So in terms of the yen futures, this indicates that the price has gone to the top of the range and has to fall. So the target for this week is going to be 007613. Some of the charts I'll be just zooming into the 4 hour, but this is useful in terms of showing you the daily on the left as well as the 4 hour on the right. And as we can see here, the daily, you've got a fresh buy signal. All the buys are in, and therefore the Dow Jones, which is what this is by the way, is in a trend. And it should continue up to 34,900. We've got a double top, but I'm just not convinced of that at the moment. And the projected software is saying 34,900. Aussie 200 index. This is interesting for me because we've got two prices on the daily. On the left here, it's in a sell zone, and we've got a double top as well forming. Let me zoom in a little bit just so you can see what's happening. So I've drawn a line there, which is the previous top. So that's getting ready. So at 73.41 is likely to react at that level. However, of course, if the trend continues, then of course it's going to break all that and we'll have new targets every day. So keep posted. If you want to watch my videos every day, then just click on the link below where you can get the 14-day trial. So the target is going to be, once it falls and rolls over, if it does, 71.60. FTSE 100, as you can see, we had a buy signal on the 22nd of December. So over the Christmas period, this has rallied with very low volumes, but nonetheless it's rallied, and now it's hitting the sell zone here. So we have to wait for the FTSE 100 to sort itself out. NASDAQ, I need to go into a little bit closer with this one. Looking a bit messy. Yeah, not in a trend in any form, the NASDAQ. So we have a double bottom a week or so ago, as I posted in the VIP room. This was the double bottom, and our target was 11,520, so that's been hit now. On the break of a neckline here, as you can see, double bottoms, these are what I love, these double bottoms, and we've got a few going on, so stick with me. This is the German DAX. As you can see, this is interesting because there's no order blocks until it gets to 15,895. So the target for this week on the DAX, it's certainly a buy now, as you can see. I'll wait for a pullback if you like, but the target for this week is 15,570. And as you can see, all the buys are in. So look out for that. If you're missing these, then just look on the daily chart for your all the buys to come in and your buy signal. If you've got that going on, then just trade it. Simple. If you've got this going on as well at the same time, price above the 50-day moving average on the 4 hour, buy signal on the 4 hour above the 50-day moving average. I'm going to cover the swing lows and swing highs on this in the next few minutes, so look out for that. And I'll also show you a tip on day trading. I know a lot of you want to be day traders, I don't know why, but it's just something people naturally want to do, especially in the beginning. They feel like they want to be a day trader, which is fair enough. Position trading for me is much more relaxed and tends to make more money as well. That's the German DAX. Look to buy that, and the target is 15,570. Hang Seng, as we can see on the left here, this has been a buy for some time. We didn't get any fresh buys. There was not enough pullback really for another buy on this, but notice this double top got broken here, 2105, and therefore the trend took over from the double top. And that sometimes happens. That's just one of those things, but that's why you should have orders to open above these double tops sometimes, just in case it breaks out, and it did. So our target, can't see that, for this week is 21,922. It's almost there. And don't forget, look out for the sell zone here as well. It's very close. It's probably not tradable in fact, but in a trend. S&P 500 just moving into a trend now, so we can see that all the buys are in on the daily. We've got a buy signal. The buy signal is below the 50-day moving average, but I'm not particularly bothered about that. The predictive software is saying this price is going to move down before it moves up, so look for a pullback down to the 50-day moving average at 3,900, somewhere around that area. It might not prove to fall back that much because the Dow looks like it wants to move up, and so does everything else. So the target for this week is a big one. It's 4,290. Congratulations, you Bitcoin fans, you've just made a lot of money. We predicted this some time ago. We had a double bottom a long time ago, and we had a breakout. It took some time to get there due to low volumes, but nonetheless, how many buying opportunities do you want? Let's go over them. Not there. 1, above the 50-day moving average. 2, above the 50-day moving average. 3, above the 50-day moving average. 4, above the 50-day moving average. 5. So you get the picture. If you're missing these opportunities, then you need to get into this properly, get into it, look at the buy signals. This is a 4-hour chart. There's no excuses. You should be looking at this. And if you're a Bitcoin fan anyway, then congratulations, the target went to our target as predicted last week at 20,600. On to commodities. This is silver. Not one of my favorite trades. I prefer gold or even oil. Covering that in a minute. So there's a breakout here of the $24 area, and as you can see, it's now achieving high highs, and the predicted software says it's going up. So we've got a target of $25.80. Oil went down to $73, but nonetheless it's bounced off the buy zone and now heading for $81. Not far to go, as I predicted a few days ago. $80.08 at the moment. So $81 is this week's target, and then we'll see daily what's going on. I love gold. Current price 19.19, and we had a target of 19.04 if you remember last week, and that's got hit. But let me tell you about swing trading, okay, because this is the 4-hour chart. It's very slow, but you're looking for buys above the 50-day moving average. You're looking for buys above the 50-day moving average in a buying trend. Obviously, it's the opposite in terms of downtrend. But look at that. Buy, 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 buy. And I post these in the VIP room. If you're not in the VIP room, then just click on the link and we'll get you in there. But some great opportunities on the 4-hour chart on gold. So whenever it's ready, I will let you know. So price this week, well, I think there's room for this to go up even more. And I suspect it's going to go to 1940. 1940 is this week's target. Before I move on to the main Forex and then my favourite trades for the week, I put on here the stochastic, which you should have if you've got the Advanced Pro charts. And what you're looking for in an uptrend is for the price to move down to be oversold. So here, 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 great opportunities. They don't happen very often, but are often enough, as you can see here. So this was a swing low, swing low, swing low, swing low. You can go on and on and on. Swing low. So when it's in an uptrend, all you've got to do is scan the markets and just look for these opportunities, these opportunities, these opportunities as they appear on the chart. Now, if you're scanning all the markets, then of course it's going to take a few minutes, but not long. And if anything is coming down and it's going to be close, then that's when you watch it, and then you just wait for the buy signal and then just buy it. Now, we spoke earlier about the DXY. It's moving down to 101.80 or thereabouts, and then there's going to be a bounce off the buy zone on the order block, and the software predicts that as well. And of course, what will happen in terms of the euro dollar, with stronger dollar, then this means that the price is going to, the euro dollar is going to weaken. The other indicator of this is the MACD. MACD histogram is moving down, yet the price is achieving higher highs. So what that means, there's something going on in the market that is not quite right. It's trying to grab the buyers, which is fine, but the stops will be taken out and then the price will roll over and fall. So, I mean, I had a target on the VIP room as 107.20, but I'm going to go a bit further than that. I'm going to aim for 105.50 for this week. US yen, as the price, the futures, the yen futures grew and went up, as I showed you earlier, then this forces the price to go down on the yen. Now the yen futures have hit the order block. We're expecting a reversal in the next few days. Then of course we can expect it to reverse. But our targets, previous targets, 127.20, not quite got there, but I suspect it will in the next few days, where we're going to see a reversal. Now this may not be tradable if there's not enough information, but it may have an impact on the rest of the yens, if that makes any sense at all. On last week's prediction for the US Canadian, we had a double top, if you remember, and then we had a target of 134.80, and then a second target of 133.50. You had to be very patient with this one. It's not a very good chart. It's not, but nonetheless, if you traded it, you've made money. So congratulations. Now we just wait and see. Now this is too messy for me. Before I go on to my favourite trades of the week, I just want to go over day trading because some of you are interested in that. This is position trading. This is what I love. The swing lows, the swing lows, the buy signals, the swing lows, the buy signals, lots of opportunities. Not that often because it's a 4-hour chart, don't get me wrong, but every few days. But what you can do, once you have this information, you have the chart, why don't you dial into the 30-minute chart? I mean, how many opportunities do you want? Okay. There's too many to mention. This is why I don't like day trading. It's too much for me, but certainly for you guys out there who want to day trade, this is a good way. I mean, that to there's 100 pips in gold in currency terms. This is a lot more. There was some volatility as these inflation figures come out, but quite a good way to go. But the gold software obviously would be a better thing to have, but nonetheless you could do this on, let's go to the New Zealand yen. We're going to go to that next. Okay, 30-minute chart. 30-minute chart. 30-minute chart. Okay, so you get the picture. So you can, if you want to, dial in from the 4-hour chart. Now, on to my favourite trades. My favourite trades for the coming week are, well, there's quite a few, but I'm going to pick a couple. And it's really the first one that actually triggers the price structure change, which is what I'm looking for. So this is the pound yen. This is one of my favorites, and the target for this week is going to be 160.80. Okay, we've got a double bottom on an order block, so this is going to change direction in the next couple of days. So this is a great place to get in. Double bottoms on order blocks are highly powerful because there's an even bigger block here, and the daily chart as well is sitting on an order block as well. So the buyers are going to be stepping in quite rapidly, I imagine, maybe Monday morning. So I'll let you know in the VIP room. Now, one thing you can do if you're not quite sure that it's ready, because you haven't been trading that long, is to simply dial into the 30-minute chart and see what's going on. So in terms of an upward move, I want to see green background, and I want to see the price move above the 50-day moving average. And what tends to happen is, as the price moves down, you can probably get a double bottom Monday morning, and then it starts to bounce. What will happen is this will catch up with the price. The 50-day moving average will catch up with the price, and this will as well, and then suddenly it turns around. Don't worry about all the order blocks here on the 30-minute chart. They're completely irrelevant. So target for this one is, you could go to 160. 160.80 is my target at the bottom of that sell zone. Back to the New Zealand yen. New Zealand yen seems to be a much more consistent trade than Aussie yen for some reason. So I'm just probably going to remove that because they do pretty much the same thing anyway. In fact, let's do that now. So what we've got here, we've got a double bottom on an order block. The green zone is the buy zone, and so we're going to have a target of, can you guess? I'm going to call it 84. Excuse me while I type this. My microphone's in the way. So we're going to see, but we want to see a turnaround. I need to see price structure change. I would like to see a buy order here, and it's probably going to turn out to be above this buy zone here, about 82.25, somewhere like that. Once it breaks up, then the price structure change can be confirmed, and we'll have a very lovely trade. Now, I've marked the Canadian yen, but this isn't as good. I'll explain why. You probably know why if you've been with me a while. There's no order block here. There's nothing supporting this price. So we've got a double bottom with no order block. So the chances of this actually being more successful than the others are much weaker. So I've marked it as a double bottom, but it's not relevant for us to trade. Euro yen. Well, this is not as good either. Let me explain why. We've got a previous low of 137.39. It's currently 138.51, so it's over 100 pips away from the previous low. So if it is going to move up, it may just simply roll over and move back down to here first before it goes up, and then it means your stop's going to be much, much wider, so the risk to reward probably won't be there. So cherry picking is fine, especially when it comes to the yen, because even though this may shoot to the sky, it doesn't matter. We're going to have the New Zealand yen, we can have the pound yen anyway. Swiss yen. Well, this is this is not good enough. There was a double bottom on Friday. Now that's gone. So this is definitely not good enough for us. So we're going to stick with the pound yen, the New Zealand yen, the euro dollar for a sell, continuation up to 1940 on gold. The S&P 500 is going to continue up. The Hong Kong 33, the Hang Seng, is going up. German DAX is going up. Nasdaq has done its business really. The Aussie 200 may have a rollover and come down at some stage. Keep an eye on that. So they're my favourite trades for this week. Everything else is pretty messy. So have a wonderful trading week, and please come into my daily video analysis and see where these trades lead us. I think the markets are getting ready for some big moves. So come on board. Have a wonderful weekend.